You're right on time for Hope TV Newswatch on this 26th day of November 2024. A very good evening to you wherever you're watching us from, and welcome to the broadcast. My name is Kimani, and signing for us tonight is Boniface Murithi. Now, President William Ruto has maintained that he will not allow any politician to promote tribalism and division. Speaking at a roadside rally in Kisumu City, President Ruto stated that his government will not hesitate to take action against leaders seeking to divide Kenyans. This call against tribalism comes after President William Ruto distanced himself from Rigathi Gachagua, who was impeached from his position for various reasons, including promoting tribalism.
Wale wa ukabila, wale wa chuki, wale wa migawanyiko, tutawaonyesha barabara ya kwenda nyumbani. Mimi nauliza nyinyi watu wa Kisumu, munasema tuunganishe Kenya iwe moja? Munasema tuache ukabila na kutengana na chuki na migawanyiko, na wale wote wanaoshiriki ibada ya ukabila na chuki na migawanyiko waende wapi? Waende wapi? Waende wapi? Watembee wapi? Wataenda nyumbani.
Now, the Kenya Council of Churches, Church Alliances and Ministries has openly criticized all the term as President William Ruto's unfulfilled promises, while at the same time calling on the head of state to shun away from making more promises and instead focus on delivering results. Speaking during a press briefing on the pressing national matters causing significant concern among Kenyans at Redeemed Gospel Church in Nairobi, the evangelical and Pentecostal church leaders, led by the coalition's chairperson, Bishop Kefa Omai, highlighted that the president raised citizens' expectations by making many promises that stand not fulfilled up to date. James Baraka now reports.
If whatever you are, please make sure.
As push and pull between the government and the church continues to fill the air, spiritual elders from the Kenya Council of Church Alliances and Ministries KCCAM could not hold their breath any longer on President Ruto's many yet unfulfilled promises as they came out boldly, calling on the head of state to shun away from the seemingly cultivated habit.
To avoid making more promises at this time, and instead focus in prioritizing flagship projects and those areas that are closer to the hearts of Kenyans, and focus on delivering results of achievements.
While issuing the coalition's press statement on the pressing national matters causing significant concerns among Kenyans at Redeemed Gospel Church in Nairobi on Tuesday, the coalition's chairperson Kefa Omai said that President Ruto just raised the expectation of Kenyan citizens with promises that could not be fulfilled as per the promise.
During the campaign time, the president promised Kenyans a lot of things. The expectations of Kenyans were raised. The reality is that all could not be fulfilled at once.
Additionally, the elders condemned the rising femicide cases across the country, calling on the government to fast-track the investigation processes.
There have been reported abductions and killing of citizens in this country. There's been killing of many ladies, the femicide issue, which is a major concern to all of us. The people responsible of all these killings have not been brought to book. We ask the government to fast track the investigations and bring the culprits to justice to alleviate a feeling by the citizens that the security apparatus are involved.
This clarion call from evangelical and Pentecostal church leaders comes amidst rising push and pull between the government and churches, with a big question remaining: will these clarion calls be heeded too, or things will just proceed as usual?
Whatever you are, please make sure.
James Baraka for Hope TV Newswatch, Nairobi.
Now, President William Ruto has reiterated his commitment to implementing the bottom-up economic agenda, which he says will uplift the livelihoods of Kenyans from the grassroots. Speaking today during his visit to Kisumu, Ruto revealed that Kenya has secured development agreements worth $3 billion to establish industrial parks across the country. The head of state noted that this initiative will create job opportunities for the youth and boost investment growth.
The 3 billion has been allocated to support our nation's key priority over the next 3 years, aligning with our bottom-up economic transformation agenda. This substantial investment will support programs and projects in value chains under our strategic pillars of our economic transformation plan, including agriculture. And again, you know how passionate I am, Professor, with our farmers. We have a $50 million facility for the Agricultural Finance Corporation, which again, we must sign off today, because my farmers need that 7.5 billion to be able to buy fertilizer, buy other farm inputs at below 8% interest rate.
Now, for 6 decades, Kenya has been at the forefront of diplomacy, advocating for mutual respect, dialogue, and unity on the global stage for the benefit of Kenyan citizens. This is according to Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi, speaking during a press briefing on 60 years of Kenya's diplomatic journey held at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs headquarters. Mudavadi reflected on Kenya's journey from humble beginnings to becoming a significant player in regional and global affairs. And as Alice Diana now reports, the Ministry of Foreign and Diaspora Affairs is set to mark the 60th anniversary of Kenya's diplomatic journey in December this year.
Kenya has reaffirmed its position as a global leader in diplomacy, celebrating 60 years of fostering dialogue, mutual respect, and unity on the international stage. Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi, who reflected on Kenya's journey from humble beginnings, noted that Kenya's diplomatic footprints has grown from just 4 embassies in 1963 to 68 missions spread across the world.
These comprise 29 missions in Africa, 16 missions in the Asia and Middle East, 14 in Europe, 5 in Americas, and 1 in the Oceania. This diplomatic footprint also includes our offices in the United Nations capitals of Nairobi, New York, Geneva, and Paris.
While noting that Kenya has had many strides, including being the only country in the Global South to host a United Nations office and to have been elected to the United Nations Security Council in 2021 for a 3rd term, Mudavadi announced that Kenya will soon host a venue capable of accommodating a United Nations General Assembly, marking a transformative milestone for the nation. Mudavadi also highlighted the country's ongoing commitment to regional integration, peace, and environmental sustainability.
Over the years, Kenya has participated in 43, and I really want to emphasize that, 43 peacekeeping and peace support missions, including Yugoslavia, Cambodia, Iran, East Timor, Western Sahara, Sierra Leone, Liberia, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Somalia, South Sudan, and more recently, Haiti. This demonstrates our commitment to regional and global stability.
And to commemorate Kenya's 6 decades of diplomatic achievements, the Ministry of Foreign and Diaspora Affairs will host a series of celebrations from November 27th to December 7th this year, culminating in the Jamhuri Day festivities on December 12th.
In the first instance, the ministry will have its inaugural open day on the 29th of November at the ministry's headquarters car park. That is where we are. We invite members of the public to participate and learn more about the services offered by the ministry. The following week, we expect to host various conferences speaking to diplomacy and foreign policy. These events will be open to the public, and we expect that His Excellency the Head of State, President William Ruto, who is diplomat number 1, to preside over some of the planned activities.
Alice Diana, Hope TV Newswatch.
Thank you so much, Alice, for that report. Now, the ODM party will tomorrow conduct its grassroots elections in all the polling stations across the 47 counties. ODM's Director of Communications, Philip Etale, has said the party is ready and that measures have been put in place to ensure the planned exercise proceeds smoothly. According to the party, county election coordinators have been trained and equipped with the necessary skills and tools to ensure the exercise is conducted effectively and efficiently.
It is an exercise that will be held at all polling centers. These polling centers are over 20,000 spread across all the counties in the Republic of Kenya. Party members are requested to be at the polling centers where they registered as voters, and they should be assembled by 10 a.m. tomorrow, Wednesday, 27th November 2024. During this period of assembly, they'll be taken through the process of election by the presiding officer. Every polling center has a presiding officer who will be in charge of this exercise at that particular center. In the party election rules, the applicable methods for this exercise are the following. 1, it can be through consensus, where members sit down and agree that they should have their leaders elected through the method of consensus.
Now, only 7 out of 45 ward representatives in Bungoma County are women. This has prompted Eco Africa, in collaboration with the county government, to launch a campaign promoting women's leadership. Speaking in Bungoma, Deputy Governor Jennifer Mbatiani has called for the elimination of stereotypes that undermine women's ability to lead.
At the Embassy of Ireland, we are very happy that for the last 3 years we have worked with our partners in UN Women and in ECHO and with the county government here to work on a programme to address gender-based violence and empowerment of women, working with communities and at the grassroots level, but also with the county government. So we're very pleased to be here, myself and a number of members of my team, to hear for ourselves the stories of the impact that the programme has already had and the plans for what the programme can do. And I think the important thing is that gender equality is about making everybody's lives better. And we're very pleased to have this programme for the last 3 years to support and assist the partners, the grassroots organisations and the county government here in Bungoma to make life better for people in Bungoma, for families and communities.
Kwanza walitusaidia kutengeneza manifesto ya kina mama, na kwa hiyo manifesto ilikuwa inaelezea mambo ya uongozi katika kaunti yetu ya Bungoma, na ilikuwa inaonyesha changamoto ambazo wamama viongozi wanapitia katika kaunti yetu, na pia kwa hiyo manifesto waliweza kuidentify gaps, na hivyo ndivyo wamekuja ili kutusaidia tuone uhusiano, partnership yao na sisi county government tunaweza kushirikiana kivipi ili tuhakikishe kwamba tuna address hizo challenges ambazo kina mama wanapitia.
Crossing borders now, and security forces in Pakistan fired volleys of tear gas at protesters demanding the release of jailed former Prime Minister Imran Khan. Defying a police lockdown, demonstrators marched into the capital, Islamabad, as part of a nationwide strike called by Khan's party. The strike disrupted businesses, schools, and public transport across major cities. Protesters accused the government of using Khan's detention to stifle opposition ahead of the upcoming elections. Authorities remain on high alert as tensions escalate. Well, it is exactly 16 minutes past the top of the hour. Time now for a short break, but immediately after, I'll be back with the business and the sports news. Stick around.
This week on Hope Devotion.
And Paul says, when I was a child, I used to behave like a child, talk like a child, and think like a child. But when I grew up, I put the childish ways away.
Join Pastor Francis as he shares the Word of God on the topic, Deliverance from Self-Destruction.
The new nature is for those who are born again. If you have not said yes to Jesus, you do not have the new nature. But for those who have the new nature, they have the life of God in them. They have this conflict because the new nature talks about God, the old nature talks about themselves. So God has condemned the sin in the flesh. And I'm saying overcoming the flesh. So even what you are doing and what has held you so tightly, and it won't let you go, God has also given a solution by He coming through Jesus and condemning sin in the flesh.
Start your day with Hope every morning from 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. Hope TV, look and live.
Rafiki soul is the promise of a hand that reaches and goes beyond what angaza tumaini kote. I'm forever grateful. Ninashukuru ukarimu, ukarimu. I'm forever grateful. Ninashukuru ukarimu, ukarimu. Rafiki soul is a promise of a hand that reaches and goes beyond what angaza tumaini kote. I'm forever grateful. Ninashukuru ukarimu, ukarimu. I'm forever grateful. Ninashukuru ukarimu, ukarimu. Rafiki msoul.
Friends of Hope, keeping hope alive.
Welcome back. Now, a new report by the Ministry of ICT, Google, and other partners reveals that digital technology contributed $900 million to Kenya's economy in 2023. Tools like Google Search, YouTube, and Workspace supported businesses, creators, and non-profit across the country. The report also highlights a $98 million productivity gain, with knowledge workers saving 5.5 million hours annually. Additionally, 300,000 young adults gained digital skills, improving employment opportunities. Experts predict AI could add $2.4 billion to Kenya's economy by 2030.
The technology that allows for organizations and businesses to be able to give you a phone and you pay daily. In Kenya, we know it as Lipa Mdogo Mdogo. So our first partner was Safaricom, and that is the Lipa Mdogo Mdogo, where we were able to, a Kenyan is able to purchase a smartphone on manageable payment plans of 20 shillings a day. And you'll wonder, where did 20 shillings come from? we set the price at 20 shillings, being the cost of a bunch of sukuma wiki. Every single household in Kenya, or most households in Kenya, one of the most basic things that they purchase every day is a bunch of sukuma wiki, right? And so we put it there to ensure that indeed it is affordable. For many, this has been their first gateway to the internet and to many, many new opportunities.
And yes, we do partner with governments. We do work a lot with governments, especially the US government. Google is headquartered in the US. So we and also the government of Kenya, Kenya being one of the places where we do business, we share the same values, especially with governments, especially on the need to grow the digital economy, the need to support digital transformation, and to start to support businesses like the ones that were here and enterprises to grow, because they are actually the backbone of the economy.
Now, Kisii County Governor Simba Arati has urged Chinese investors to explore opportunities in the region, particularly in agro-processing and soapstone industries. Speaking during a meeting with Chinese ambassador to Kenya, Dr. Zhou Pinjian, Governor Arati emphasized Kisii's untapped resources such as coffee, bananas, and vegetables, which could drive economic growth through value addition.
This is something very big thing. And actually, we sense the friendship and business opportunity here in this great country. And the governor just shared with you, we discussed on the sub-national exchange and cooperation. We explore the possibility of cooperation in the health sector, the agro-processing, particularly the famous, and I'm so impressed by the banana products in this country. And the soapstones as very good material for artifacts and many other areas. China is ready to deepen its friendship and cooperation with Kenya.
Today, I'm happy that we will be joining with the ambassador China to talk to us. We have deliberated on a number of issues, on areas of investment and cooperation. Of course, you know that the embassy gives to the government to government.
Now, Family Bank Group has reported an 8% growth in profit before tax for the first time in 9 months of 2024, hitting 3.26 billion shillings, up from 3.02 billion shillings during the same period last year. The growth was driven by a 29% increase in total interest income, which reached 14.6 billion shillings. Income from loans and advances rose by 20% to 10.6 billion shillings, supported by an 11.3% expansion of the loan book to 94.2 billion shillings. And to some sporting action now, a total of 136 teams advancing to the Sakaja Super Cup group stage have received their kits from the Johnson Sakaja Foundation. Winners at the sub-county level will get 100,000 shillings each, with cash rewards also for top performers and fan bases. Governor Johnson Sakaja had pledged to improve Nairobi's sports facilities, including Woodley, Ziwani and Kihomboini, while collaborating with schools to provide venues for teams.
Hii tournament, for the avoidance of doubt, hii tournament haiko sponsored na serikali, ni foundation ambayo ina sponsor hii tournament yote. Na ni kujitolea na ni marafiki. Si ndio hiyo? We are mainstreaming sports zaidi. You need more support. More support. So, mkienda mtaani muongelesha MMC wenu. Wakicheki budget ya sports, wasikate. Juu timu zetu zinahitaji affiliation kulipiwa, si ndio? Mbona tusilipie timu zetu zote wa affiliation? Zinahitaji kulipiwa. Wanahitaji balls, wanahitaji hizi maprop za kupiga tizi. And the government must support it because sports iko devolved. Sports ni kazi yetu kama county.
Well, with that, we come to the end of our news tonight. Many thanks to you for making time to watch Hope TV Newswatch. We really do appreciate the value of your time. On behalf of the amazing team that made this bulletin a success, have yourselves a blessed night. My name is Kennedy Kimani, and signing for us tonight has been Boniface Morithi.